Right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Love Island Cast Australia. I am Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very, very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris. Great to be back again a few minutes after I just spoke to you, but yeah, here we are again. No, Chris, there is only one place that we can start. And I think... You know, there's at times I think, you know what, I think we're being a bit hard on Owen. Maybe he's not so bad and we're watching an edited show and, you know, we've possibly gone in a little bit hard on him. What would you say to that, Chris?
He's a fucking cock, Dave.
Yep. I don't think we've been going in hard enough because he is an absolute prize tool of the highest order. And there was a lot to unpack in this episode as well. So I don't want to dominate it too much, but let's just get all the Owen stuff out there. I mean, what an insincere prick. I mean, how did you see that unfolding at the end?
Yeah, exactly what you just said. I wasn't buying any of it, and what I found is, obviously, you tread a fine line when you put yourself out there, and we are completely honest. We are ourselves, and we do say stuff. And I know, you know, we totally. This is the whole premise of the podcast. We're not beholden to anybody. These are our personal views. If you don't like it, I get it. If you disagree with us, I get it. We're never going to fall out. Everyone has an opinion on different people when you watch these type of shows. But fucking hell, we've had people back us up on Owen. And what I found bizarre about this whole last bit, I mean, the episode itself, there wasn't a lot going on, but this last bit, fucking hell, you know, we'd said about him being a control freak with Jessie, you know, brush your teeth because she kissed somebody, she went and brushes her teeth. He said something else about her, she went and did it. And he had that dominance about him, didn't he? And he is an out-and-out control freak. There is red flags all over the place because as soon as he was in the position of him and Matt, who was going to get voted off, and he wasn't in control, his arse fell out. I'm going. It's like, you absolute bellender. You will never be in a relationship unless you are with a girl who you can absolutely use as a fucking doormat. He's a dick.
Do you not think, though, what the words that he was speaking and what his body was saying were two different things, though? So he was sort of saying, like, you know, I'm out. And he wanted to play up the martyr, didn't he? He wants to play up this bromance, and Matt's his boy, you know, and you know, despite what he did with Jordan. And I've just never seen any actual evidence of it, that he really is, you know, it is a proper bromance. He thinks he's the fucking alpha male in there. And Matt, you know, he's a big soppy, dopey twat, isn't he? You know, he's just like, oh, give me a hug. And he fucking flinched away from it as if to say, you know, what the fuck am I doing here? You know, I'm the fucking alpha male here. I shouldn't even be in the last two. You know, I thought that was really, really telling when he flinched like that. That, you know, that if you show genuine affection, whether it's, you know, someone who you're sexually attracted to, or if it's a bromance sort of thing, or whatever the female equivalent is, you're affectionate back. You don't flinch away like that. And I just thought, you know, again, the words that he was saying, he was making himself a martyr. So when he did actually get voted out, and he's saying to Jessie, and again, you know, I always forget the term. What is it? Not ghosting. That's when you ignore them.
Vibing.
Not vibing. Where you're telling your partner or whatever a version of the truth, and you keep repeating it and making them feel like they're the problem.
I would have just said bullshitting, to be honest. But
no, there's a specific term.
Yeah.
There's a specific term for it, which is escaping me at the minute. But he was making he was trying to make Jesse feel bad, and he was like, first of all, I get dumped, and then I get dumped from the Islanders. So it's like, fuck off. You had a conversation. You could have fucking stayed with her. The power was with you to make that choice. You could have fucking stayed with Jesse, but as soon as you went with the bomb squad, you were like, oh yeah, me and Matt are the single ones. Bullshit. Oh, he's just such a distasteful twat. And, his little speech at the end there, oh yeah, everyone wants a bit of me kind of thing. I was just like, I run out of superlatives to use, because I can't keep saying he's a fucking bellend and an absolute tool. Enough. I
wanted to add in a bit. That bit at the end, and he was talking outside the villa, and he's got his clothes, and he's going off of his case, and he's done all the big hugging thing. And you are right, Matt, he needs to get a fucking perspective on life. What an absolute bellend. He's fucking crying there. He's pathetic. Absolutely, I'm sorry. Dave, if that was me and you wouldn't be crying and I wouldn't be crying. You'd probably be going.
I would. I'd be in tears. I'd be sobbing, and I would be inconsolable to anyone. And I would hold up my little picture of you, and I would be longing and crying into the diary room.
Now, if I was single, Dave, I'd be like, see you later, son, laughing my cock off, going, well, there's more ladies in here for me than you now. So, that's what we'd probably do, winding each other up. But a bit of perspective on this. It's pathetic, but yeah, I'm Owen, for the first time this series, he starts being complete. I'm being genuinely, I was fizzing at the end of this. He's been genuinely, he's like, it's really good. Matt, he deserves it. He's my best mate. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe he's just been completely edited wrong and he's been a bit humble. No, he straight away went, I'm not the best looking, but I am the best looking because I've got everything that the women need. So, they've all had a bit of the Murphy and he's gone now. And I'm like, oh, you fucking dick. And he actually believes it. I was like, don't let that fucking door hit you on the head on the way out, son, because you will not be missed by anybody. An absolute grade A cockwomble.
It's interesting what you say there, that, you were questioning yourself when he was saying about Matt staying in. I just saw that as completely insincere. He's saying the words that he thinks make him out to be a good guy. Those are all those are. There is fucking no way, because, and he was saying, it would have been done because if I'd have been chosen, Matt had to leave, I'd have walked. No, you had a chance to do that. You made a little your drama queen fit, and you didn't fucking go. So don't fucking bullshit it, because you're out. And he's just like, oh yeah, I'd have fucking totally gone. Fuck off. And I think, I don't dislike Matt the same way as you do, I think. Because I think he does wear his heart on the sleeve, whether it's a member of the opposite sex or he's a bit of a bromance. But he has to fucking become a bit more clued up because he needs to realise just how much he's been used in this so-called bromance. It is a one-way thing, that the love that those guys share. I just think, Owen had a convenient relationship with Matt, but it wasn't enough to not screw him over with Jordan. So, it's just a prick.
A prick, Dave. I can't. Now, there's something, Dave, that fucking bugged me in the last episode, but there was a lot going on where I forgot to mention it. And it's reared its ugly head yet again today. And I know you can't tell the difference between Luke and Josh, but who the fuck thinks that Anna and Josh kiss the weirdest I have ever seen? They go, they like two, I don't know, it's like two fishes sort of kissing. It doesn't look sexy. It doesn't look like they're enjoying themselves. And even Sophie mentioned it when Josh got picked by Anna, and I was like, what the fuck is that? It's terrible. And they're the noisiest kisses I've ever heard.
I don't know. I'd never actually noticed them. I'm gonna have to be in tune with that. I hadn't really noticed, to be honest.
Oh my God.
I quite like them as a couple. Even
No,
though I
no,
can't fucking tell the difference between the twins, like.
No, I do. I genuinely do think they're a great couple. But the kissing, Dave, in the last episode, they were kissing on the bed, and it was like, what the fuck is that? And I'm not saying I'm like some Casanova who can, you know, if I kiss Sam or anything, she absolutely quivers at the knees or anything. But watching it thinking, oh no, it just doesn't look at all attractive from either party, to be honest. Just if you get a chance, have a look, Dave. It's fucking proper off-putting. It was bugging the fuck out of me tonight as well.
Yeah, and I think I do think I can see them going for a little bit longer at least. You know, I can see them being quite strong, but I think that whole tweet might play on Anna's insecurities a little bit, might it? So,
Yeah.
you know, you see, I do love this game when they put the tweets out there, and some of them are absolutely brutal, but I think they're strong enough, and you know, Twin A, whichever, Anna and Twin A, I just got a mental block. I can never fucking remember him. So, you know, he's done nothing, I don't think, to warrant that kind of tweet. I think it's just a preconception. So I think they'll get through it. Moving across to the other twin, though. I mean, what did you make? You were a bit wound up by Cassie last episode. I mean, what do you think to this one?
I'm sticking to what I said, Dave. She's a fucking slapped ass. And the game is the game. It's someone's opinions on social media. It's like someone coming and saying that, you know, me and you aren't funny, Dave. We know we're not, but we're winging it every episode and everyone else thinks we are. So that's just, you're entitled to your opinion. If you think we're good, bad, that's life. People are not going to like you. People are going to love you. That's somewhat, unfortunately, as you get older, you've just got to take it on the chin, haven't you, Dave? You know, I've spent years when people don't like me following around. Wow, what's up with you? You know, you must like me. Would you like a cup of tea? Would you? You know, you just get to a point in life you're like, it doesn't fucking matter. But she takes it so personal. It's unbelievable to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to walk a bit of a middle line because I can kind of get what she's like as a person, and I think it is driven a lot from insecurity. You know, she doesn't really want to open herself up. Again, I still say she's on the wrong fucking show. She shouldn't be on here, really, if she's going to have a face like a slapped arse, like you say, just fucking have that scowl on it all the time. And I must admit, watching the episode, I was just thinking, oh, for God's sake, it's exhausting. watching the apologies after apologies. And you know, I think, again, the slight caveat I'll say is, you know, maybe we're just seeing all of the drama. But with that couple, that's all I see is the drama. I don't see him fucking giggling or, you know, pretty much as soon as those two had coupled up, you know, remember Cassie was having that conversation, I think it was with Phoebe, wasn't it? About, well, you know, he's just not working hard enough. And then it all got switched around when he was saying, look, I think we should be, you know, progressing a bit more than we are. And she was like, well, it's just me. I don't, you know, let people in. And it's like, well, all you've seen from very early on is the drama. And it's just, I don't see a future for that couple. And I don't know if she's trying to self-sabotage, but I just think that it is a two-way street. And he is just having to work too hard right now. It's all effort from him and nothing from her.
Yeah, I agree. Interesting scenario. And there was a couple of things called out with Cartier, and I don't want there a few people saying she was leading him on. I don't believe that, Dave. That's something that I think they're way off. I think they were just trolling the couple. I don't think there's anything I've seen to suggest either of them are not into each other. I know they were put together because obviously she was after Owen, wasn't she, originally, and they sort of fell into a relationship by convenience. But there is genuinely something there. I'm not buying that at all. But that's what the game's for. Throw a bit of doubt in there, and it causes a little bit of drama, which I think is good. And again, we got Cynthia and Aaron. I mean, Aaron chose Cynthia, didn't he, Dave? I'm still saying gameplay 101. I'm convinced by that on the last episode. I don't believe for a minute he's into. We've seen nothing between them so far. There's got to be more go on for me to sit here and say, you know what, I was actually wrong. I hope Cynthia does find somebody because she's a nice girl. She's been there from the start. But this Aaron lad is about as convincing as his fucking haircut, Dave.
It's fucking Ned's atomic dustbin from the 90s haircut. It's just nuts, isn't it? And I text you, I was like, this guy looks like Peter Crouch. Admittedly, he looks slightly better looking probably than Peter Crouch, but no, I'm leaving the door open as to whether there is a genuine connection. There seemed to be more of a genuine connection with Isabel, to be honest. You know, it was like, hey, I'm 27. I'm 27 too. It's like we're the same people. Oh, look, totally vibing. It's such bollocks. But no, I don't know. Yeah, I need to see more of them to be convinced there's anything there.
No, I agree. I mean, I didn't really see much else from there. I'm quite happy to see if Matt comes out of his shell, to be honest, Dave, because I think he needs that thing of Owen not being there. I think Owen was just totally trying to dominate him. And I don't dislike Matt. I know you were saying before. I just think it pisses me off, the dramatics. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. He just absolutely, he's always bawling, isn't he? I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not saying you can't be sensitive. He's none of that crap. I'm into that expressing your feelings and emotions. I'm not going to say the fateful words of man up because I hate that word. But in the same respect, I just think you're blinded. He's going to watch this back and think, you know what? Owen was a cock.
Yeah. I agree. He's a millennial, though, Chris. We're from a different generation, and I know you say you hate the phrase "man up," but it kind of seems a little bit fitting. You know? When he's fucking bawling his eyes out constantly. Let me put it a different way. You know, he's very emotional. He creates bonds with people very quickly, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He does.
And then he just he gets very hurt very quickly. But then, like what we saw with Vanessa, and I thought that was a bit fucking harsh. That, you know, when they did it in the game, and they let it slip. Well, didn't let it slip. They put it up there on the board that fucking Vanessa and Sam got together and had a date outside the villa. It's like, yeah, totally not bothered. He just. Yeah, he is probably the most emotional character I've seen in any of the series we've watched. So the UK, the US, and Australia. It's just like creates a bond with someone after 2 days, and then that's it. It's like friends for life or lovers for life, and then something happens and he's crying his eyes out.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is, though, Chris, I don't know if you've ever found yourself in this situation of being friend zoned. And I did think Isabel was a bit quick. You know, I quite like Isabel. There's something about her that seems a bit genuine to me. I might be wrong on that, but she does seem like that to me. And she sort of friend zoned him, you know, because she was really after one of the twins, wasn't she? Luke, Josh, whichever one it was.
Yeah.
So she just wanted to get into you know, Matt asked her to couple up and she was like, fine. But, you know, to be transparent, she was like, you know, you're in the friend zone. And I just thought, you know, Matt said, yeah, to get out of the friend zone, I'm just going to make her laugh. What do you think of that tactic, Chris?
Dave, I get friend zoned every single night by Sam, so good luck to the lad.
That is 20 years is a long time to be in the friend zone. Are you sure you're not confusing the friend zone with the doghouse?
Well, it's usually when I roll the quilt back, she goes, oh, see ya. Well, there you go. She's going to fucking kill me, Dave. I'm definitely in the friend zone now.
I've got to say, I spent, you know, a lot of time in my teenage years in the friend zone. Let me tell you, being a bit funny, cracking a few jokes, doesn't get you out the fucking friend zone, Matt. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't, Dave. I remember there was a girl that I absolutely everyone fancied her at school, and I was always the one, as you could tell, like yourself, cracking the jokes, having that relationship. And then I think at some point there was one chance where I could have gone out with her, Dave, or even copped off with her. What did I do? Fucking bottled it, Dave. So yeah, it doesn't work, Matt. Find your own way, son. It was like, me? What? Me? Are you sure? I'm like looking behind me, Dave, and it was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. I mean, I saw it. He made that statement, and I thought, you fucking not got a clue. But then it seemed to half be working. But then I don't think Jordan was convinced. And I know we started off with Owen, and he's gone. But I do just have to circle back a little bit smugly and say I did predict that Jordan would couple up with Owen and then find out he's actually a bit of a boring bastard. And then, wonder what she's done. And even though they'd only been together for a very short time, you did see little clues of that. She was saying, like, and again, Owen was trying to turn that around to her. He was saying, I don't know what to talk to you about. No, you don't know what to talk to anyone about, because as soon as you flash your pecs and stuff, showed off your muscles, that's it. There's nothing else to you.
Yep.
Sorry, I just have to get. I thought I was done with the Owen punch bag, but I hadn't quite finished there. So
what the fuck are we going to do, Dave? Now he's gone, and we're just going to circle back to some of the things.
I know. So tomorrow's episode, we'll be going, Adam, he's lovely, isn't he? He's such a sweetie, and him and Cartier, they've got. It'll all be good, and there'll be nothing to wind us up. But no, I don't think that's true, is it?
No, there's going to be some. I think the Cassie and Luke thing's going to run, Dave. We'll get plenty of mileage out of this. And there's 2 girls going tomorrow as well. So I've still not found out, Dave, as we're talking. I've still not found out the way this is happening. This is very much like the US one where it only lasted 4 weeks, because if 2 are going and they've got rid of the bomb squad, there must be either trimming it down, because we're on the 3rd week, aren't they? Or are they actually going for the full 2 months like the UK? I honestly don't know. I mean, if there's anyone out there, I can't seem to find it online, but any of our Australian friends can email us or tweet us, and just if they have like the final day or how many weeks it's going to run, that'd be great, because then Dave can actually breathe a sigh of fucking relief from podcasting every day.
I actually think that I've somehow ended up in a lost kind of scenario. So I think I'm dead and just reliving this is my ironic hell. And there is no final date, because I'm actually dead and I'm just going to be living never-ending Love Island.
Well, January, the UK one starts, Dave, in South Africa, so you better get your skills ready and your priorities in order.
I jest, of course. I do have an absolute love-hate relationship. As soon as I'd watched that episode, and should we be transparent?
Go on.
So halfway through the episode, I had to ring you up, didn't I? And I was like, I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, the non-fucking Love Island fan is ringing me up, who's the Love Island fan. And he didn't ring me once, he rang me fucking twice.
I couldn't help it. I was just like, I can't believe that happened. I think that was over the Cassie and Luke thing, or Cassie and Josh.
But yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic, guys. And again...
Now, I've got to ask you, sorry, before we get into our wrap-up, I've got to ask you, Chris, pimple popper or not? Are you a fan? Because we saw Jesse popping a bit of a pimple from Gerard there. And, they've only been together for a very short time. So, what's your perspective on that?
I've never let Sam do it maybe once or twice in 20 years, simply because she's a fucking masochist, Dave, and she would love digging her nails in and absolutely hurting me. So I'm not a big fan. I'm a bit of a soft ass. I'd rather sort of pop my own spots, and I had quite a few of them when I was younger. So I was a bit of a master. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure that's something when you've only been together a day or so. I'm not really sure that's something you want to do. You're still your best behaviour. I'm sure he's not even breaking wind or anything at this point, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I know a girlfriend I had years and years ago was just really into it. She was just like, she's having a look at my back and stuff. She's like, can I find it? I've got one here. Can I do it? Like, no, fuck off. It's like, no, let me do it. It does seem to be like a therapeutic thing for some people, I guess. But it's a little bit intrusive for me. I'm not a massive fan myself, but it's, fair play. I think you could look at it that it's a bit of an affectionate thing. So again, I have hopes for them too. I'm not sure yet that they could be a strong couple, but they do look like a cute couple. And I think they could go from strength to strength, I think.
No, I think I'm with you with that, Dave. I'm with you. Now, guys, if you want to get in contact with the show, at Love Island Cast on Twitter. If you want to email us, and please get in touch, the loveislandcast@gmail.com, and drop us a review on your podcast catching app if you really enjoy what myself and Dave do, because we just like to get out there and it grows the show for us. Now, Dave, it's been a memorable episode. We have seen the end of good old Owen, Eoghan, as he's pronounced.
Eog.
As it's spelled. Eog. Yeah, or whatever he is. And that's not being disrespect because my family's half Irish, so I'm not being completely disrespectful. But I am so glad he's gone. But there is a little bit of me thinking, I really wish that he was in there because we're going to miss that David Brent, Alan Partridge side to the show. So will we get that? Something to talk about? I'm not sure. But have you got anything to lead us out with today?
I haven't.
Well, I'm going to quote one of the legends of the show and just simply say, and it's quite apt with him going now, and this refers to myself, I'm not the best looking, but I am the best looking. So we'll see you next time, guys.